Hello, we have another question on 2.3 lines, and it's problem 121. It's one of the applications, and I didn't write the whole word problem down, but I kind of got the gist of it. What they want us to do is find the relationship between the Celsius and the Fahrenheit temperature. In the problem, it stated that 0 degrees Celsius is the same thing as 32 degrees Fahrenheit, and 110 degrees Celsius is 212 degrees Fahrenheit. In the problem, it stated that there was a linear relationship. So in other words, we have to come up with a linear equation that would express this. And as a side note, they want us to figure out if you have 0 degrees Celsius, if you have something degrees Celsius, that's the same thing as 70 degrees Fahrenheit. So they're trying to figure out what that something is. And so this relationship is really just 2 points. So what I'm going to do is create ordered pairs in the form of CF. The first ordered pair will be the Celsius temperature, and the second ordered pair second point in the ordered pair is the Fahrenheit. So this creates 2 ordered pairs, 032 and 100-212. So now that you have 2 points, you can create a relationship between the C and the F. So because it's a line, it says. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these 2 points to find the slope, because we know that y equals mx plus b if it's got a linear relationship. But that's if everything was in the order pair of xy. Where we're not using xy, we are using, like I said, cf. So really what you got going on is f equals m times c plus b. So I just kind of replaced the xy coordinate with the cf coordinate. So now what I need to do is, again, find the slope and the b, which is the intercept. So m is equals to the difference of the y coordinates over the difference of the x coordinates. So we have 212 minus 32 over 100 minus 0. And the top actually is 180, I believe. Doing it in my head. So 212 minus 32, I believe, is 180. And then 100 minus 0 is, of course, 100. Okay? So if you reduce that down, I believe it turns out to be 9/5. So m is 9/5. So we have F equals 9/5 C plus B. Now we have to figure out what B is. All right. Now we know there's a point at 032, right? So if C is 0, so if you plug C equals 0 in, so you have F equals 9/5 times 0 plus B. The Fahrenheit temperature is 32, so quite obviously B must be 32 then. So we have a formula working. So F equals 9/5 C plus 32. So we have an equation that relates F and C together. Now, like I said, we are also looking for, what if it's 7 degrees Fahrenheit? What is the Celsius temperature? Well, what you would do here is, since this is the equation that we're looking for, what we could do is put in 70 in for F. So 70 equals 9/5 times C plus 32. Now, probably the easiest way to do this problem here now is to go ahead and subtract 32 to the other side, and you get 38 equals 9/5 C when you subtract 32 from 70. And then multiply both sides by 5, and I believe that's 190 equals 9C. If I multiply both sides by 5. And I think I'm going to leave the rest of it up to you, but what you would have to do is divide both sides by 9, and I don't have a calculator in my head, so whatever basically 190 divided by 9 is, and so it would be an approximation. But if you notice, since this is a linear relationship, anytime you have a word problem that says there's a linear relationship, so you must be able to find a couple of ordered pairs based on the data they give you. So in this case, 032 and 100-212. But you got to make sure that the x coordinates are the Celsius and the Fahrenheit is the y coordinate. Now, I do want you to understand you could do this whole problem a little differently. Instead of using CF, then you could use, instead of that, you could use FC. But these numbers right here would be transposed. And if you did that, I think your slope would turn out to be 5/9. And the equation would be a little different down here. But that is the relationship between C and F in the temperature. And like I said, you'll need to divide 109 divided by 9, and whatever that is your Celsius temperature. And that is it.